Hi, this is Nancy Priya, CS Department, Perry Institute of Technology. This video is for BE CSE students, second year, fourth semester, 2017 regulation. And the video is from the subject Design and Analysis of Algorithms, Unit 4, Iterative Improvement. And the topic is Maximum Flow Problem using Ford-Fulkerson method. So in my previous video, I have explained you about maximum flow problem, the general flow problem to calculate the maximum flow over a network. So in this video, I will be telling you how to calculate the maximum flow using Ford-Fulkerson method. So you may be asked as Ford-Fulkerson method or augmenting path method. Both are same. So if they are asking as augmenting path method, it makes a sense that you are going to solve using Ford-Fulkerson method. So what is the main goal of Ford-Fulkerson method? You are going to calculate the maximum flow in a network from source to sink. Say for example, I have considered this particular graph a network, and 1 is my source and 6 is my destination. So from 1 to 6 there will be a flow of packets. So I will be calculating the maximum flow over this particular network from 1 to 6. So for that, initially you should start with step 1 by drawing a zero capacity graph. What do you mean by zero capacity? So as I told you earlier in my previous video, over the network the representation for the flow is given by flow / capacity. So capacity is the value, the actual value given over the network, and the flow specifies how much amount the flow has been gone through that particular network. Say for example, the maximum capacity is 3 for a particular edge. So if nothing has been transmitted, I will be specifying it as 0. If nothing has been gone through the path, I will be specifying it as 0 by maximum capacity. Say for example, I am passing 3 liters of water over 2 liters of water over 3 liters of capacity pipe. So if that is the case, I will be writing it as 2 by 3, which means that 2 liters of water has been passed through the maximum capacity pipe of 3 liter. So when you solve the problem, you will understand. Just note the representation here, flow / capacity. So here, zero capacity graph is nothing but a graph with flow 0, which means nothing has been flown over the network. Just you are going to specify it as 0 / capacity. That is my zero capacity graph. Just add a 0 to the capacity. So this 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1 and 3 are the maximum capacities over that particular nodes. Okay, so I am just adding 0 in front, and this graph now becomes a zero capacity graph. Okay, what is my next step? So I am supposed to find the augmenting path for the transmission from one node to the other node, or say for example from source to destination. Okay, so you are supposed to take the zero capacity graph now. As such, I have taken the zero capacity graph as such. Okay, now I am going to find the path from source to destination. We will be specifying it as augmenting path here. So I am going to take a path from source to destination. So from 1 I have to reach 6. See, now you can choose any path as of your wish. It is not a compulsory that you have to choose only this path at first and that path to the second one. Nothing like that. So you can choose any path of your wish to start from a source to reach to the destination. Say for example, I am choosing this path 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 6. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 6. So I am choosing this path. Okay, now as I told you in the previous video, when you pass something over the network, the flow varies. So it differs from 0. So we have passed something, right? So the flow now varies. We have to strike it out and write something, right? What will be writing? So this is the main part of Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. Please make a note of it. Actually, we write it as flow divided by capacity, right? Sorry, flow / capacity, right? So take flow as Xij and capacity as Uij, for example. Xij and Uij. Flow is Xij, capacity is Uij. Okay. Now look at the flow over source to destination. All are of forward flow, right? There is no reverse direction on all that. So I have started from 1, I am reaching 6 only with the forward flow, no reverse flow and all. So if there is a forward flow, what you're going to do is you're going to add the flow with the Xij value. If suppose if you find any backward flow, you'll be solving in the problem in future. I'll let you know there, but just make a note of it. If there is a backward flow, then we have to subtract the flow with Xij. Okay, if it is a forward flow, we are going to add the value with the Xij. If it is a backward flow, we are going to subtract the value with the Xij. Okay. Now in this graph, in this flow, in this path, what you have to do, we have to find the minimum capacity first. As I told you in the previous video, we have to find the minimum capacity that will become the maximum flow. So the minimum capacity over this path is, here we have 2 capacity and here we have 5 capacity and here we have 2 capacity. So the minimum capacity among these 3 is 2 as well. So 2 liters of water is going to pass from source to destination. That is actually the literal meaning which I want to know. Now if it is forward and if I find the flow here, what I am going to do, I am going to add the flow with Xij. So it is 0 already. Xij is nothing but the flow. It is 0 already and I am going to add flow with Xij. So what is the flow that we have found in this path? The maximum flow that we have found is 2. Why? Because we can pass only 2 here and 2 here. So the maximum flow will be 2. So with this 0 I am going to add 2. So 0 plus 2 will become 2. And 0 plus 2 will become 2. 0 plus 1 will become 2 here. Okay. Now look into the path here. It is 2 by 2. In the sense, you cannot, the maximum capacity is 2. I have passed 2. Therefore, I cannot send any other items through this path anymore. Therefore, this particular path becomes blocked. Okay. If it is 2 by 2, why it is 2 by 2? Initially it was 0. I just added the flow with the 0. So it becomes 2 by 2 here. If it is 2 by 2, still I cannot pass any more values over the particular path. Therefore, this path becomes blocked. Okay. Now we are supposed to find the next path that are available. Okay. Now this 2 by 2 is blocked. So this path is not available. Now I have taken this graph from the previous step. So by according to the previous step, it is 2 by 2 and it is 2 by 5 actually. Therefore I have taken directly. Okay. Now the next step is we have to start from the source and we have to reach the destination by at any cost. Okay. Now if I take this way, for example, I cannot take this way also. Why? Because it is 2 by 2. 2 by 2 in the sense I cannot flow any other things here. Therefore it becomes blocked. This particular path also becomes blocked. So the only path that is available is 0 by 3, this path. So if I come by this path, okay, next I will be moving through this path, okay. Here I cannot reach the destination through this path, but I have a way to reach the destination. So what I am doing here is I am taking a reverse path. This is called as backward flow. So till now we have seen only forward flow, right? Fort Fulkerson supports backward flow also. So I will be reaching from 1 to 4 through forward flow, 4 to 3 through forward flow, and I will be going back to 2 through reverse flow and again forward flow and forward flow. Okay, so the path will be like this. From the source to the destination. So 1 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 5 and 5 to 6 again. So the maximum flow over the path has to be found now. So how will you find the maximum flow? The maximum flow is nothing but the minimum capacity over that particular path. What is the minimum capacity? It is 3 over here, 1 over here. The capacity is 2 over here. Why? Because you are going to consider only 2 now. You will not be considering 5. Why? Because I have only 2 here. So and through this path I have 3 and this path I have 4 as my capacity. But 1 is my minimum over this path. Therefore I am going to take my maximum flow as 1. For this particular path the maximum flow will be 1. So after taking as 1, what will be doing? I will be just, since it is forward flow, what will do? The flow becomes flow plus xij. So this becomes 1 here. I'll be adding with a flow. And here also it becomes 1. Now make a note of it. We are having a reverse flow here. If I have a reverse flow or a backward flow, the flow will be subtracted with the flow that I have found. Okay, initially I have 2 here. I'll be subtracting 1 from 2. So my value will be 1 by 5 now. If I'm coming across forward, I'll be adding. 0 plus 1 becomes 1. 0 plus 1 becomes 1. If I have a backward flow, I'll be subtracting. 2 minus 1 becomes 1 here. So here it is forward, therefore 0 plus 1 is 1. Here it is forward, 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay. To make a note here, 1 by 1, which means that the total pipe is filled now. You cannot transmit anything else through this path. So this way is also blocked. This way is also blocked. Therefore, I cannot go by any way from source to destination. Therefore, I have come to an end. Okay, now, how will I calculate the maximum flow of the network? So you are supposed to take the maximum flow for all the path that you have found. So previously for the previous path, the maximum flow was 2, right? So I am going to take 2 plus. For this path, this particular path, the flow is 1, right? So if I am adding it, my flow will be 3. So the maximum flow for this particular network is 3. So that's all for Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. So the main thing that you have to remember in Ford-Fulkerson is, if it is forward, you will be adding it with the flow. If it is backward, you will just subtracting with the flow. Okay. Now I have chosen this 2 augmented path to find the answer, right? You can even, I'll show you the alternate paths. So instead of taking those 2 paths I have chosen for this example, you can even choose like this: 1 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 6. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 6, 1 to 2, 2 to 5, 2 to 6. These 3 paths are also available. So instead of taking those 2 paths that I have taken for the example, you can even consider these 3 paths to reach the destination. So even though if you calculate through these 3 paths, your answer will be 3 anyway. So for a particular network, the maximum flow will be same. It will not change at all. So it will be same throughout the network. Though you choose these 3 paths or those 2 paths that I have taken for the example, it doesn't matter. The maximum flow for the particular network will be same. Okay, so you can choose by your wish. It is not predicted that you have to choose only this particular path. Okay, so that is the end of the Ford-Fulkerson algorithm. So I have given you a problem here to solve this problem using Ford-Fulkerson. Let me know if you have any doubts. Ping me so that I can solve it. Okay, thank you.